everyone, Kaylee here. So I updated my hair color and it is lighter now, and I loved my color before. It was just already really grown out and time to update, and I decided to go a little lighter, and I love it. I wanted to make a video telling you guys about what I asked for in case you're curious. I do this every single time I change my hair color. If you want to see any of my previous videos that I've made on my previous hair colors, I'll link them in the description box for you guys. That way you can look at them if you're curious or if you liked any of my previous hair colors better. And I'm also going to share with you guys my routine for kind of healing my hair after a lightening service. Okay, so as far as my color, I didn't ask for a whole lot of specific things because I had my friend Nadira, who did my hair color last time I got my hair done, do my ombre, and I actually assist for her now, so I've seen a lot of her ombres done. I've helped her with a lot of ombres, and I always love what she does. I think she's amazing at what she does, and so I kind of just wanted her to use her own creativity and her own instinct with my hair. But I will tell you guys like the couple of things that I told her that I was looking for. First of all, I knew that I wanted to go like this color of blonde, and I was kind of picky about the color of blonde that I wanted. So I brought in a couple of pictures that I thought kind of were good examples of what I was going for, and then I had a conversation with her about those. And that's really what I would recommend to you guys, whether you want a color that's similar to any of my hair colors that I've had in the past, or if you want a color that's similar to something that you've seen on a celebrity or even a friend, bring in a picture, because that helps a lot. Because if you tell your hairstylist, I want to go blonde, it can mean 1,000 things, like so many different things. But if you bring in a picture, it narrows it to like, you know, maybe 10, 15 different things. Then you start having a conversation about what you like and dislike in the picture, and it gets you to where you're going. I think the biggest thing with hair color is that if you have a good consultation, you're much more likely to have a great outcome. So you really want to make sure that you think about it beforehand and think about what you want to communicate and what you really want, because you have to know what you want before you go in, because if you don't know what you want, you can't be mad at your stylist for not giving it to you, really. So look through pictures, find what you like, and then think about it yourself. What do I like in this picture? What draws me to this picture? Make sure that you tell your stylist about that. And then also, is there anything you don't like in that picture? You definitely need to tell your hairstylist that. So I'm going to link my inspiration pictures in the description box so you guys can take a look at them just in case you're curious. I'll probably also put a couple of my comments in there just so you can see them for reference. Can't put them in the video because of copyright, which is kind of annoying, but they'll be down there for you. We already knew we were doing a balayage ombre because that's her favorite technique and my favorite technique, so that just worked out. Then I think the only other thing that I really asked for was I asked her to bring it up higher around the face, which I always do. If you've watched any of my previous hair color videos, you know that. But I also asked her to bring it up a little bit higher than she normally would, because usually, you know, they kind of start around here, and I just asked her to bring it up a little bit higher. That way I would have more highlights show when I do things like half up hairstyles and things like that, just so I would have more highlights to kind of augment my hairstyles. It was just personal preference. You can totally ask for that from your stylist as well. Just ask them to kind of take the peaks of the ombre up just a little bit higher. And then the only other thing that I asked for was I asked her to use Olaplex in the formula, and it helps to keep your hair strong and healthy while it's being lightened. Actually, if you look on the website, it says that it helps to repair bonds while the hair is lightening. And it actually says that your hair will be stronger after being lightened than it was before. Now, I don't know if my hair is stronger than it was before, but this is the healthiest my hair has ever been after having it highlighted in the history of ever. Because normally when you get your hair lightened, it's like frizzy and dry and breaks a lot, and it's just part of lightening your hair. It's part of the lightening process that I got used to. Even though I never really lightened my hair drastically, I always dealt with that a little bit. Whereas now, like my hair, you can see like there's a lot of shine. I got it lightened like less than a week ago, and it's already looking, I mean, completely normal for me. It feels the exact same all the way down. So like up here is virgin hair that hasn't been colored, and you know, as I drag my hair down over the lightened portions, it feels exactly the same. So I was really impressed with it. So it's a service that some hairstylists are offering, and you can go on the Olaplex website, type in your zip code, and see if somebody in your area offers that service in case you're interested. And if your stylist offers that, I would definitely take advantage of it because it made the biggest difference. I can't even explain to you how amazed I am by what it does. And I'm not sponsored by them, they don't know I exist, but I thought I would tell you guys about it because it really made a huge difference. So anyway, that is all the information on my color. Let's go ahead and talk about my post hair coloring routine. Because your hair is probably already feeling a little bit dry, you don't want to dry it out anymore by using really harsh shampoos. Your hair is already really clean because once you've got that lightening service on it, it eats through any kind of buildup you might have had on your hair, so your hair is probably probably a lot cleaner than it's been in a while. So you don't have to worry about really scrubbing it with shampoos. You just have to get your scalp clean because that's where the oils are produced, that's where you sweat, that's where dirt gets trapped. So you need to make sure that you're cleaning around your scalp and your roots, but you don't need to be giving your hair like a really intense clean every single time you shower. So what I do is I use more moisturizing shampoos that are more gentle. A lot of my shampoos are sulfate free, so I make sure to focus on my sulfate free ones, and I always wash my hair every other day. What I use as far as moisturizing shampoos are the Pureology Hydrate shampoo and then the Shea Moisture Thickening shampoo. And then I just use these two up at the scalp and in my root area. I only scrub that, and I make sure to scrub that well just to make sure that my scalp is very clean because that's important. But then whenever you go to rinse your hair, the bubbles and the shampoo do go over your hair, you know, as they're rinsing out, and as they go, they do cleanse your hair. So because your ends are already a little bit more dry and they need some TLC, you don't have to scrub them with the shampoo. You can just let, as the shampoo rinses out of your hair, let it cleanse as it's doing that, and it's going to be a lot more gentle and a lot less drying on your hair. And then as far as conditioner goes, for about a week to 2 weeks after I get my hair lightened, I only use deep conditioners. And that's just because your hair has been stripped of its moisture, it's feeling dry, so you need to kind of overcompensate for a little while. Now, I don't really think that you have to do it forever, but I think it's good at least for, you know, a week to 2 weeks to kind of get your hair back to being soft and shiny. So the ones that I use for that, at the higher end, I have the Macadamia Natural Oil Deep Conditioner. Then the other one that I use is very, very inexpensive. It's coconut oil, and I really, really love coconut oil. It actually penetrates your hair and heals it and helps it more than any other oil does. So this stuff is not only inexpensive, but extremely effective. And you basically use it, I do it overnight. I put it through my hair, and I put it through all of the lightened areas in my hair. Then I braid my hair and I sleep with it in, you know, coconut oil and in a braid overnight. The next morning I shampoo it out. And I always have to do a double shampoo, and you do have to shampoo your ends for this one just because the conditioner is there. But because the conditioner is there, the shampoo isn't going to dry your hair out, so you don't have to worry about it. And then because you did shampoo your hair, I always do a little bit of conditioner afterward because shampoo raises the pH of your hair, whereas conditioner brings it back down to a healthy level. So I just do a tiny bit of conditioner after I shampoo it just to bring the pH back, and then I wash it out, and then I'm done with the shower. That might sound a little bit crazy, but basically you just use a deep conditioner every time you shower, or every other time you shower for a couple of weeks afterward until your hair starts feeling a little bit more manageable again. And then because we're really working on adding moisture back into the hair, I'm also going to recommend leave-in conditioners. I use these all day, every day, no matter whether I'm helping my hair to heal or not, because I love leave-in conditioner. And I have different purposes for these. I don't use them all at once. It's kind of like depends on how my hair feels that day after I get out of the shower. I just kind of choose what I need for that day. The first one that I have here is the Macadamia Natural Oil Healing Oil Spray. This one is the most moisturizing of the three. It is an oil, so you do have to make sure not to overuse it or your hair can be a little oily. But because it is an oil, it really, really enhances the shine and the moisture in your hair. Another great one though is the Soy Tri-Wheat Leave-In Conditioner by Healthy Sexy Hair. This one has protein in it, which can help to rebuild your hair, which is also necessary after, you know, you've gone through a lot of lightening. It's also very conditioning, and it does add a subtle amount of shine, so it's a good kind of overall one. I will often put these two together on my hair because this one adds in the protein, whereas this one really kicks the moisture in. I just make sure not to do too much of either one if I'm doing both of these, because that can be a lot on your hair. If you find that your hair gets weighed down really easily, you might want to go with the Soy Tri-Wheat one. If your hair is really brittle, really dry, maybe a little bit thicker, this one is a really good option. They also have this in a pump instead of a spray, which would be a really good option for those of you guys with really thick, coarse hair. Then my final favorite is the It's a 10 Miracle Leave-In for Blondes. This stuff is amazing. It actually helps to tone your hair. It has a little bit of a purple tint in it, which is really great if you're fighting brassiness. If your hair tends to get brassy over time, then this is really, really great. It's very helpful. So that's kind of how I keep brassiness in check. But it also adds a lot of shine. It has rice protein in it, so it's going to help to rebuild your hair, and it helps to moisturize your hair as well. So it's a good all-over treatment for blondes. Like, I really recommend it. Now, some of you guys might be dealing with a little bit more damage. If your hair is starting to feel kind of like a broom, then you might need something a little bit more than what I was talking about. These things will definitely help, but I would talk to your stylist about what they recommend as far as like reconstructing products. Because if you're dealing with more damaged hair, you really need the advice of somebody that can look at your hair and feel your hair. Because as much as I want to be able to help you from this side of the camera, I can't see exactly what you're going through, so I can't recommend things exactly for you because, you know, I can't touch your hair, I can't feel it, I can't see it. So if you're really dealing with a lot of damage, I think these steps that I went through are a great starting point for you, definitely. But it's also something that you could really talk with your hairstylist about and see if they can help you to find ways to help your hair to get a little bit healthier as well. Okay, so I feel like I've talked forever, but hopefully that was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys like my new color. I really like it. For the record, I really liked my old color as well. I know a lot of you guys liked it. And it was really sad for me to kind of like leave it behind, but it was really grown out. And this was what I was going for, so I knew it was just time to take that final step. And I'm really happy for it. So anyway, I hope you guys liked it. I hope this was helpful for you guys, especially those of you guys that get your hair highlighted, because I know it can be a struggle. I hope some of these tips and tricks were helpful. And that's it. I will see you guys in my next video. Mwah. Bye.